Today I'm sharing a homemade chicken meatball recipe. This yields about 1.2 kilograms of chicken meatballs. The ingredients needed are 950 grams of chicken breast meat, wash, clean, and chill. We will remove the skin later. 6 tablespoons of tapioca flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of pepper, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, and some ice cube to help in processing later. The full list of the ingredients is in the See More link. First, in a large mixing bowl, add in tapioca flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, pepper, and garlic powder. Mix with a hand whisk until well combined. Leave it aside. Next, remove the chicken skin as we want it with less fat. Cut it into long strips and remove the bones. Chop into small cubes for processing and add into a large basin. Continue until all chicken is prepared. Alright, here is the prepared chicken. As there is quite a lot, I will process it in 2 batches. Add half of the chicken cube in the food processor and 2 to 3 blocks of ice. This is to keep the meat cold while processing in the machine. Lock the cover and start the machine. Process it for about 25 seconds or until smooth. For this step, I recommend using food processor as the normal blender needs water to blend the chicken meat finely. Alright, the chicken is very fine and smooth now. Add in the seasoning, 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce and half of the mixed flour. The other half is for the second batch. Cover the machine and continue to process for another 20 seconds. Stop the machine, add in 3 ice blocks as it is getting hot. Blend it for another 20 seconds for the smooth and fluffy mixture. Let's check it. See? Super smooth and fluffy, and the consistency is perfect. Transfer it to another basin and leave it aside. Continue with the second batch with the same step. Alright, the second batch is done. Transfer to a basin with the first batch. Lightly mix and smoothen the surface. Cover with 2 layers of cling wrap and chill it for 4 hours in the fridge or 2 hours in freezer. Alright, 15 minutes before the chicken is taken out, let's prepare the stove area for the meatballs. Boil a pan of water until little bubbles form up at the bottom of the pan, like this. Reduce the heat and maintain the temperature. Then prepare another basin of really cold water to immediately stop the cooking process once the meatballs are cooked. This process is called shocking. After 2 hours in the freezer, this is what the processed chicken looks like. Give it a mix once again. Now we are making the meatball shape. Prepare the bowl of room temperature water to clean the spoon occasionally. Grab a handful of chicken meat and squeeze until some pop up above the index finger, like this. It should be in the shape of a small ball. The size can be adjusted by squeezing it a couple of times. When you are happy with the size, use the spoon to cut it off and drop it in the pan of water. The meatball will sink to the bottom of the pan and slowly simmer until it is cooked, strengthening its shape and retaining its flavor. Avoid using vigorously boiling water right now, as it can damage the shape of the meatballs. Once cooked, they will float to the top. I would like to mention that even after simmering in the low heat like this, the chicken meatballs are still considered raw. This temperature is not enough to completely kill the bacteria in the raw chicken, so it should be cooked again once more in vigorously boiling water or another recipe before consuming. Alright, this is the last chicken meatball. See, we have so many chicken meatballs. They look so yummy. Now let's remove all floating meatballs at once and place them in the cold water for about 5 to 8 minutes. Then Rest them on a strainer to drip off the excess water from the meatballs. While waiting, we can remove the stump or lumps present to make them more presentable. This is optional, as it is okay for homemade meatballs to have some flaws. Alright, the homemade chicken meatballs are ready. As they are still warm, leave them out at the room temperature until completely cool. Then store in an airtight container in the fridge and use them in another recipe within 3 days. I don't recommend freezing as the texture of meatball won't be great once it is stored. Cut and see how springy the meatballs are. It is bouncy and will be great to cook with noodle soup or grill with spicy Thai chili sauce. Thank you for watching. Please like and share if you have enjoyed the video. This is Home Cooking with Somjit. Thank you and bye-bye.